When friends come visit me in Japan, they always ask me the same question. Sunny, I heard Osaka is Japan's kitchen. What should I eat? Or, I want to try takoyaki and okonomiyaki. Where should I go? Sure, I can answer those questions, but I'll do you one better. In this video, we're going to go into the classics, the most famous foods of Osaka and where to find them, the exclusives, the foods you can't find anywhere else, how to find good spots on your own, even if you don't read any Japanese, and a couple of my personal favorites. Let's go. Maybe Osaka's most famous street food, takoyaki are octopus balls, or balls filled with octopus, cooked on a special grill right in front of you. They're soft and gooey on the inside, with chunks of octopus, but give it a couple of minutes to cool down so you don't burn your mouth. It's typically under 1,000 yen for 6 to 8 balls, and you can choose from a range of sauces and toppings, although the classic is a dark sauce called sauce, mayo, and bonito flakes. Kay's favourite is having them with a vinegary soy sauce called ponzu and spring onions, but honestly I still can't get enough of the classic. You can buy them throughout Osaka, but I reckon the best place to try them is in Dotonbori. This is the centre of downtown and is filled with neon lights, people and restaurants with giant 3D moving food displays. Most of the food spots we'll be covering in this video will be in and around downtown, which I will be calling number, and chances are, if it's your first time staying in Osaka, your hotel will be around here too. I've covered the 10 best areas of Osaka in a separate video, which you should watch after this one to give you some ideas of what to do in Osaka, but for this one, we're just going to be talking about food. In Dotonbori, it feels like every second shop is a takoyaki stall. The 4 most famous ones are Takoyaki 18ban, Kukuru, Wanaka, and Kureoru. But I think it's safe to assume any stall with a line would be good. My favourite thing to do is to buy it from any of these food stalls and eat it while looking over the Dotonbori Canal. Alternatively, if I want to sit down, I go to this place. It's a kukuru with indoor seating. It also does a takoyaki with giant pieces of crab and octopus, which is different. Not as cheap as your regular takoyaki, but I like it. Next up, we've got okonomiyaki. Okonomiyaki is a savoury pancake, typically made with sliced cabbage and batter over a large grill. Okonomiyaki is a combination of the words whatever you like and grilled. And the dish originally consisted of whatever you wanted to put in it, so you'll see a lot of variations across regions and households. In Hiroshima, they famously add yakisoba. But in Osaka, the standard is to top it with slices of pork belly, although most places will offer a range of different options to choose from. The number of okonomiyaki specialty stores in Osaka can definitely cause choice paralysis, so let me give you a few of my favorites. We'll start with Tsuruhashi Fugetsu, located in Umeda, in this building here on the 29th floor. I would recommend getting yourself a booth with a window seat and enjoy as the okonomiyaki is prepared on a grill right in front of you. Now, of the 3 recommendations I'm going to give you, this one has the best view by far, but just based on taste, it's the weakest. Only because the next 2 are some of the best okonomiyaki you will find in Osaka. Next up is Kiji, located in the basement of the Umeda Sky Building, so it's a good choice if you're exploring Umeda or visiting the Umeda Sky Building anyway. This place has a real grungy local vibe, and the okonomiyaki and yakisoba are fantastic. Also, please note this place is cash only. Finally, we have Fukutaro in Namba. This place is located right in the middle of the action in the bustling downtown streets, and our favourite dish here is the Shichifuku okonomiyaki, where they literally put every food they can think of into the batter, and it turned out great. There's a wait here too. When you arrive, write your name down, and you can't wander off too far or you'll lose your spot. Queuing for okonomiyaki is common, but it helps to know whether it's actually worth the wait. So before we commit to a line, my husband likes to check an app called Tabelog. Tabelog is the app locals use to find places to eat, leave reviews, and make reservations. It's my husband's go-to app as well, and it used to only be in Japanese, so I'd have to rely on him, but now there's an English app as well. You can search for places nearby, filter by price range and whatever you're craving, read honest reviews from locals, and save restaurants you like for later. But before you start using it, you should know, Tabelog's rating system might look a little bit different to what you're used to.
食べログの評価はだいたい3から 3.19 とかやったらまだそのレビュー数が少ないかまだオープンして間もない美味しいんかってまだ決めづらいで 3.2 から 3.49、こういうのとかやったらまあ普通にいい店全然悪くないで 3.5 以上超えるこのベリーグッドと書いてある 3.5 から 3.99 とかやったらもう結構満足率が高いでまあこれ出てこへんけど4とかあったら4以上はもうほぼないもう4とかやったらもう全国的に超有名 っていうクラスやから、多分なかなか出てこないと思う。でここ福太郎 3.71、 これぐらいになるとこんな忙しい。
For restaurants that take reservations, you can check their availability and, for a small fee, book a table directly in the app, which is something I would recommend doing if you've got a specific place in mind that you don't want to miss out on. Check the link in the description below to download the English version of the app. Thank you Tabelog for sponsoring this video. And now, for the third of the three most famous Osaka dishes, Kushikatsu. Kushikatsu refers to skewers of meat, seafood, vegetables, anything really, that has been battered and deep fried. There's an area of Osaka called Izakaya that is said to be the birthplace of Kushikatsu, and that's where I'd suggest going to try it. It's also a very cool area of the city. Izakaya means New World, and it was created in 1912 with a very futuristic vibe in mind. It has since remained that way, so it has this unique, futuristic yet retro feel to it. While you're here, check out the Tsutenkaku Tower and Tower Side, play some retro-looking arcade games, and have your pick of Kushikatsu restaurants. The original way to eat it was to dip it in a big bucket of communal sauce on the table, with a strict no double dipping rule. But these days, you might instead find a bottle of sauce or individual serving dishes. You can find some pretty inexpensive places to try it, but from my own personal experience, the more money you spend on it, the less heavy and oily they taste. Shocker. I think this place is the exception though. This is believed to be where Kushikatsu was born, in 1929. It's a store called Kushikatsu Daruma. You can find branches for it across the city. This store here is the original one, and in my humble opinion, is still the best tasting one. The only thing is, it's still the original size too, and sits maybe 12 people, so you might not be able to get in. If you want to try Kushikatsu Daruma specifically, there's another branch like 100 meters away, right below the Tsutenkaku Tower, and this one's a bit bigger with a faster turnover. You'll also find Kushikatsu Daruma branches in Namba too. They're pretty easy to spot. Just look for this guy. Otherwise, again, you can use the Tabelog app to find more Kushikatsu places. If you're only visiting Osaka for a day, or if you don't think you're going to be able to fit all top three into your trip, then I'd recommend prioritizing Takoyaki and Okonomiyaki, and then have Kushikatsu at a Izakaya if it's on the menu. And we'll get to Izakayas in a sec. First, I've actually got more foods to introduce to you. Osaka is the city of eating until you drop, so get your bellies ready. So these next places you can only find in Osaka, so if you are up for it, this is where I would take you. 551 Horai, or as it's called in Osaka, Gogoichi, is sort of like Japanese-style Chinese food and was founded in Osaka in 1945 by Taiwanese immigrants. But what they're famous for is their steamed pork buns, or butaman. They're handmade and they only make enough buns to meet the demand for the day. You can find the stores across Osaka and neighbouring cities, but this store here in the Ebisubashi Suji shopping arcade is the main store, and here you can find something called chashuman. It's a steamed bun filled with chunky pieces of roasted pork. It's a rare item, which is why there's such a long line, and it's great, but the classic butaman is still my favourite. I don't know if this is technically street food, but nearby there's a famous cheesecake shop called Rikuro Ojisan. It's very famous throughout Japan for its fluffy souffle-like texture, but you can only find the physical store in Osaka. There's always a line here, and it's normally for the freshly baked cheesecakes. For a shorter wait time, you can buy them pre-cooked, but I'm not going to spend too much time on this because I'm not really a cheesecake person. I have, however, bought them as a gift when going to visit friends outside Osaka, and it's always been a hit. If you like crab, I have one more unique street food for you to try. Kanidoraku is a famous crab restaurant you can find around Japan, but their flagship store is here in Dotonbori. If you like crab, dining at Kanidoraku is definitely something you should consider at any of their branches, but this store is the only place you'll find something called kaniman, or steamed crab buns. They're similar in appearance to the steamed buns from Gogoichi, but they just have crab inside instead. They start selling at 11:30 a.m, and depending on the day, they can sell out pretty fast, so don't be surprised if you show up and they're already sold out. For all three of these, give yourself extra time because depending on when you visit, you might have to queue up. There are the foods unique to Osaka, and then there are the vibes. In Osaka, being called funny is the best compliment you can get. So on a night out, people are constantly making jokes, poking fun at each other, and trying to make the best mood they can. It's a city where you'll find the unique combination of Japanese hospitality and liveliness. So if visiting an izakaya in Japan is on your list, Osaka is the place to do it. I'm going to give you 3 areas of the city to experience izakaya culture and some things to know before visiting one. The word izakaya contains the Japanese kanji for stay, drink, and place. It's like a casual Japanese pub, a common place for people to head to after work to share food and drinks with friends and colleagues. You've got small izakayas, big izakayas, standing izakayas, and everything in between.
Capsicum.
Typically, you start by ordering a round of drinks, tap beer being the most common starter, and get some food to share. Each izakaya will have its own menu, but it will generally come as small shared plates that complement the drinks, rather than each person ordering their own large plate. Most izakaya will bring out something called otoshi early on. It's a small appetizer that acts as a seating charge, and it's very normal. If you're at a smaller, independently run izakaya, it's good manners to order at least 1 drink each. Seats are limited, so it's a way of respecting the space. If it's your first time in Osaka or at an izakaya, I would recommend visiting an izakaya in Namba. Namba at nighttime is such a vibe, and although it encompasses the Dotonbori area, it's the streets surrounding it that come to life after dark. A lot of the izakayas around here are equipped to handle tourists and offer menus in English and other languages. That said, I'd always be cautious about following street touts. Check Travelog or Google Maps before choosing, just to be safe. If entering an independent izakaya is a bit intimidating, there are also some great chain izakayas to check out. The most famous one has got to be Torikizoku.
Bye-bye.
I think every person that has lived in Japan between the ages of 20 and 30 has at one point been a Torikizoku fanatic. It's just a very laid-back, affordable, loud izakaya option that specializes in yakitori or chicken skewers. And who doesn't love chicken skewers? I am still in my Torikizoku phase, but if that's your vibe, check it out. There's so many of them around. I think there's like 3 or 4 in the Namba area alone, although expect a wait time or book ahead. This place here on the corner is fine too. It's called Hitomebore, which means love at first sight, which I thought was really cute. It's nothing to write home about, but if you're really stumped on where to go, it gives that quintessential izakaya vibe with cheap drinks and a fun atmosphere. The reason I'm hesitant to recommend a specific izakaya is because they're all so different and unique, and everyone has different expectations of what they want their izakaya experience to be. So what I recommend is to just walk around until you see something you like. I think there's a beauty in stumbling into an izakaya that looks cool and seeing where it takes you. Oftentimes, these end up being some of the most memorable experiences I have on a night out.
Swipe your nose like a credit card.
However, I would not recommend this approach if you're visiting on a weeknight or public holiday, because you're going to be hard-pressed to find a place that isn't fully booked out around here. For those situations, either start early or ask your hotel staff or a local for their recommendation and book a table. When Kay and I visit an izakaya, we like to start with these cucumbers and edamame. Kay also likes getting sashimi if they offer it, and this thing called takowasa, which is raw octopus with wasabi. Try it if you're feeling brave. But having said that, the food items do vary quite a lot at every izakaya, so I'd encourage you to try a bit of everything. In terms of drinks, after the initial round of beer, you can try some sake or shochu, which is a Japanese distilled spirit. My go-to is having shochu with lemon juice and soda water, called a lemon sour. And Kay goes for a highball, which is whiskey with soda water over ice. There are also non-alcoholic drinks available at most places. When paying, please note that some places may only take cash or might not offer bill splitting. Also, Japan doesn't have a tipping culture. If you're looking for somewhere close to Osaka Station or Umeda, you've got Tenma and Fukushima. They're both one stop on either side of Osaka Station on the Osaka Loop Line, and they've got a bit more of a local vibe than Namba. Tenma is my personal favourite. It's got a very grungy feel with narrow alleyways filled with lively izakayas. If you want to know more about it, I've made a separate video exploring the area, so do go check that video out. Otherwise, you've got Fukushima. Fukushima is also a very different vibe and also quite fun. And you don't have to restrict yourself to just one izakaya. Visiting multiple in one night is not uncommon. Different izakayas specialize in different things, different food quality, different price, different atmosphere, so it's fun to hop around and see where the night takes you. And then end your night with a nice bowl of tonkotsu ramen at Ichiran. I will take no Ichiran slander on this channel. It is a great bowl of ramen.
But yeah, okay, maybe you want to try an independent ramen shop while you're in Osaka. And the standard here feels so incredibly high.
Some I've enjoyed include the clam ramen at the Old Man's Best Swing, the chicken ramen and tsukemen at Ramen Jinsei Jet in Fukushima, and Hanamaru-ken in Namba. Hanamaru-ken is open 24 hours and they have a ramen called the Happiness Ramen, and it really is happiness in a bowl. It's a very rich pork bone broth, probably not for everyone, but if you're a tonkotsu fiend like me, it slaps. But again, I'm going to recommend the Tabelog app. The reviews from locals that have been eating ramen since childhood are going to be better than my limited 3 years of experience here. But if you're not looking for some post-drinks comfort food, just a late night snack, my go-to is Taiyaki. Taiyaki is a Japanese fish-shaped cake thing. It's a type of sweet street food cooked in a fish-shaped mold and filled traditionally with red bean, but there are other types of fillings too. I like the taiyaki at this specific shop, Naruto Taiyaki Honpo. They have a few branches around the city that close at about 10 p.m, but this one in Namba is open until 5 a.m. All the flavors are great, but I always go for the sweet potato one called Naruto Kinto Kimo.
So yeah, that's my answer. Takoyaki, Okonomiyaki, Kushikatsu, more street food, Izakaya, and then ramen or taiyaki. If you're still standing by the end of it, you haven't eaten enough. But yeah, do download the Tabelog app. It is a genuinely useful tool for your trip for finding places to eat. And let me know if this video was helpful. Give it a like, give it a comment, and let me know if I have missed anything. Maybe I'll have to make a part 2. See you on the next one.